Today we're going to learn how to use a sewing machine. I know there are many versions of how to do it. This is just in my voice. Hopefully this will help you learn simply and easily how you can start sewing today. Let's start by turning the light switch on the machine. You must first plug it in, and there's usually a switch on the right side of the machine that turns the light on and enables the machine to move forward. In order to sew, you need a thread on the top and one on the bottom. The thread on the top is usually the thread spool. The thread on the bottom is the bobbin. To put the thread on the bobbin, you must put the spool of thread on its holder, called the spool pin, and then put a cap to hold it on. Then you're going to go to 3 guides. The first one on this machine, which is a mechanical machine, is behind, then it comes in front, around, and then on the bobbin you want to make sure that you go through the center and through the hole, and then put it on top of the machine. So now let's look at that a little closer. It came from the thread spool to my guide. I brought it around front, took it around, made sure it's pulled inside of there, and then it goes through the middle and up through the top. Once you have the bobbin here, you want to hold the thread in the air, push the bobbin over, and there's what we call a foot pedal on the floor. You're going to take this and gently mash down with your foot, and the bobbin winding process will begin. Once you're going to hold this thread while you're winding the bobbin. When it gets so far, you're going to cut as close as you can and keep going until it fills up. This is the one time you can go as fast as you want. Once the machine stops with the bobbin, you're going to take your thread and you're going to cut it. Then you're going to do the opposite. You're going to move the bobbin back over to the left, and you're going to lift it up off of here. Do not twist and turn it, just gently take it off. This is called the throat plate, and it just slides back, and that's the housing for the bobbin. This is considered a drop-in bobbin. So once we take it up off of here, leave it in the same direction it was going, and push it right off in that hole. Then you're going to bring the thread around in front of you, and there's a little small area here which I'll show a close-up of, and it gets caught right in that area. I'm going to show it to you again. You're going to drop the bobbin in, and there's a little catch right there, and it automatically goes into place, and then you close it. Now we have to thread the machine from the top. We've threaded the machine from the bottom by putting the bobbin in. Now that second thread we need in order to sew, it comes from the top. So here's something you can use to remember. How do I thread not just this machine, but any machine? Most machines have the thread spool on this side. It crosses over toward the back. It comes down, it goes back up, and then it comes back down. That's with every sewing machine. They may have different guides along the way, but they basically go across, come down, go back up, and they come back down. So we're going to thread this machine. Of course, like I said, it goes across. So the first guide, we're going to put it in here. The second guide is to go under. Now, in order for this last part to go where it's supposed to go, This is called the take up. You want to always turn, this is the hand wheel, you want to always turn it towards you. And when you see this getting to the top, that's the perfect place to thread. So I'm going to go cross, down, up to the right, back down to the left, and just pull. And my thread is in there. I'm going to keep going down. This particular machine has a few extra guides in it, and then it has one more right here at the bottom before I get to the needle. So if I counted them, I could say that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the needle is 8. If I've counted all the places that the thread has to go, then when I find out that something's not working, I can go back and count and say, is it through this guide? Is it through this guide? And that will help you thread the machine properly. Our last step is to do the needle. I'm going to put what is called, this is the presser foot. There's a lever on the back that lets it up and down. And sometimes it can be on the side over here, but most of the times it's in the back. I'm going to let that down so that I can get to the needle. The best way to hold the thread is to put this about this much hanging off the tips of your fingertips. That way you can see the eye of the needle and you can push this in. Okay? If you were to hold it way back here, it's hard to get it in there. You can't get to the hole, it just doesn't want to push through. Another tip is, take your snips or your scissors and don't cut your thread straight across. Put it up against it so you can see. Don't cut it this way. Cut it at an angle and it actually puts a point on the thread. That helps it go in easier. Okay. The last step is to hold the thread to your left, take your hand wheel, turn it toward you, and make the take up go down and come back up. So it's going to go down and come back up. As it's coming up, you will see there's a loop right here, and that's how you get the bobbin thread to come through the hole and your sewing machine is threaded. I'm going to show you a close-up of that loop coming up because I know you probably didn't see it. It was too far away. Okay, here it is again. My needle is threaded. I'm going to show it to you with this open this time. I'm going to turn it, the hand wheel towards me. And when I do that, the needle is going to go down and grab the bobbin thread. And it's a little loop. You're going to pull it out. And now you have two threads. And you want them to go under the presser foot and to the back. Sometimes the opening to pull the thread back is on the side. Sometimes it's on the middle and sometimes it's over here on the right side. You'll have to check your machine so you'll know which way you need to do that. So let's review. The on-off switch is on the right side of the machine, usually at the bottom. Then you have the hand wheel, which always turns towards you. Then there's the spool pin. There's the bobbin. There's the throat plate. And then there are other guides. Okay? There's the presser foot, the presser foot lifter, the take up. Those are some of the main parts you need to know just to thread the machine.